Hey, I'm Rucci Castellano, and this is my very cool Ernie Ball Music Man Axis Sport Red Special Brian May inspired guitar project. And I started with the playing clips because I know people hate to go to the end of the video to have to hear what the guitar sounds like. So I did that up front, and now I will take you through the journey of what got me here. But first, let me show you how the pickups work. So these are, and I'll explain that later, the Dimarzio Brian May pickups. I was lucky enough to get a set of them. And here are the pickup combinations that I chose. Because on the Red Special guitar back there, there are 6 knobs, or 6 switches that do on and off and phase. And that was too much for me. I just wanted a simple 5-way. So what I ended up doing is the position 1, which is all the way down. This is bridge and middle in series in phase. And then position 2 is just the bridge pickup. Position 3 is bridge and neck out of phase in series. Position 4 is just the neck. And position 5 is bridge and middle in series out of phase. It's a weird sound when you don't have the Brian May rig. Oh, all of the sounds you're hearing today are coming from the Line 6 Helix. Alright, now I'm going to take you through the whole project, what inspired it, and how we did it. So, as you can see, this is a Brian May Red Special. This is the Burns version. There have been quite a few companies to make this, but this is the one I have, and if you want to see it in action, you can go right here. Here's a link of me playing it on my Bohemian Rhapsody cover. And as you can see, it looks great and it sounds great, but I don't really love playing it. So I came up with this idea of what if I could take a guitar I really liked playing and try to give that the Brian May treatment. And that's the project I'm doing. But first, let's hear what this sounds like. So here is the these 2 pickups in phase. Here are these 2 pickups out of phase. And here are these 2 pickups out of phase. So it's a very cool sounding guitar. It can get you there, but I don't love playing it. The neck profile is not really my kind of thing. And also, this guitar has some tuning stability issues. So I said, let me find a guitar that sort of is similar, but I like playing. So I found this. This is, I believe, an early 2000s Music Man Axis Sport. Not Super Sport, Sport. It's before they would put the note. This is the one with the pickguard. That's basically the difference. So this sort of looks close, and I figured this would be a cool guitar to Red Specialify. So this is it. I found it used on Reverb because you can't get these new anymore. The neck is amazing on this, and it's the neck that I'm used to playing. So this is the one that I'm going to use to do this. So I ordered a couple of parts to sort of get this in the ballpark for the Brian May sound. And the first thing I did was I had to get a black pickguard. So this one I got from Pickguard Planet, Chandler Music. And this is a custom pickguard. It's 3-ply. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you see the white border. So it's 3-ply. And unlike a normal Axis SSS, which has the slanted bridge pickup, this I had customized to have 3 straight pickups to more closely replicate this with the straight pickups. Okay. So the next thing you'll notice on this guitar that this one doesn't have is this has the 6 toggle switches right there. Now, that's a cool thing. Basically, that's on and off for each pickup and phase for each pickup, and you can get a lot of different combinations. But I find myself only using about 3 or 4. So for me, having that is overkill and sort of inconvenient. So I figured, what if I could put all those positions on a Strat style switch? So I got this. This is a Dimarzio multi-pole 5-way switch, sort of like a Fender Super Switch. And you can do like customized pickup selection positions on here and do some pretty crazy wiring. So I'm going to experiment with this and get the positions I use the most on the 5-way for convenience. And one of the most important things are the pickups. Now, if you noticed, this Burns has the Brian May Trisonic pickups, the Burns pickups. And, you know, those are the pickups he's been using. But I also remembered that back in the day, I think Guild, if I might be mistaken, but Guild was making Brian May guitars, and for a brief period, the Brian May guitars had Dimarzio pickups, and the Dimarzio pickups were very cool and sought after. Well, I love Dimarzio pickups. I have them in almost all my guitars, and I thought it would be really cool if I can track those down. And I did! Haha! So here are a set of Dimarzio Brian May pickups. And you got to see this, because it's really cool. They have his initials in gold lettering. Can you see that? Yeah. They're really sharp looking. So that's the project. I have everything I need to get this started. And the next thing I'm going to do is bring this guitar to my uncle, and he is going to route this, because I believe under this pickguard, it's solid. It's not like a Strat with a cavity in here for whatever you want. This is just basically solid, and the pickguard is pretty much cosmetic. So we're going to have to route this out to fit the 3 single coils in there, and that's the next step. So before I rip this guitar apart, just for comparison, I figured let me record a playing sample of this so you can hear what it sounds like before. So these are I believe they're the Dimarzio Van Halen pickups, and they're wired with a 5-way switch to get Strat sounds. Here's the what would be the bridge middle position. Here's middle. Here's what would be neck and middle. And here's neck. So this guitar sounds awesome. It's a wonderful guitar, and I feel bad about what I'm about to do to it.
First thing you want to do is take all these screws off, and then hopefully your fingernails will get onto the plate. And we'll take the plate off. Now we're going to recon. This looks pretty good. Always when you have an opportunity, once you get the pickguard off.
Oh wait, guys, this is my Uncle Phil. Say hi, Uncle Phil.
How are you? Once you take the pickguard off, you take the opportunity just to clean it a little bit, you know. Get all that scuzz out. Now what I'm going to do is I want to take these out of the picture.
Okay, now we're taking out the pickup to see what's under there.
These are the short wire.
Oh yeah, these are Axis pickups for sure. These are probably my favorite pickups on earth. All right, so the pickguard is on.
Yes, now I want to give myself a little bit of room. I want to score
that looks awesome.
The lines. Now, I'm just going to score.
Mm-hmm.
Where this is a urethane body. This is a urethane or polyester. The paint nowadays they use on these things is incredible because it's brittle and it's catalyzed. They learned that lesson from the automotive industry. Now these look fine, but the problem is, where's the pickups you intend to use?
Those.
All the same?
All the same.
The problem is the wings. The adjustment wings.
Right, we have to see if they'll fit in that hole.
Yeah, they won't clear it. See what I'm talking about? Now, if you take a look here, it's showing you approximately that we have to come out. These wings have to be cut out. Now this is tricky because when you come in here with your router, the last thing you want to do is chip away this wood that's in this body.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take this time to score the estimate, or actually to mark the estimate of where I got to put that wing. Approximately here. And this edge has to come off. I believe this edge has to come off. Okay, I'll see what my depth is going to look like. Well, that's not really bad when you think about it. Take a look. See what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's pretty flush.
The depth of the body is pretty good. I may just recess it a hair. I might just take this down to the body and then do a trial run and see what it looks like. I like to start with the first pickup because that requires the longest path of wire.
Mm-hmm.
Once this is in, you want to be able to go all the way to the control center.
Right.
And then you add the second one and then the third one, etc., etc.
So this is so the router doesn't
Mar the finish.
Okay, gotcha.
Again, no matter how good the taping job you do, you really want to make sure that you take this off as soon as you're done. You don't want to run the risk that there's loose finish on it. When you peel your tape off, the finish comes with it. This is just for some of you guys that work with routers a lot of times. A lot of times you see guys on television and they're showing you how to use a router. It's my experience that you never, ever, ever want to push a router. If you push it, try it sometime. You'll see what I'm talking about. Use some scrap wood, push a router doing its job, or pull a router doing its job. You'll have much more control over the router when you pull it than when you push it. Don't take my word for it. Try and experiment on some scrap wood and you'll notice that. That's just a tip. Out of there. Let's try this one. I think it's good.
So now we decided to go with
surface mounts.
Yeah, surface mounts because it was going to make my life easier for adjusting them.
Which, by the way, I think is the best way. All right, so when you guys are doing your surface mount pickups, I know you're going to break out the ruler and measure, and some guy out there going, what are you doing? You can't do it like that. You got to do 15 and 300 thousandths of an inch, and it's got to be over by a micron. Listen, this is the best way to do it. You take your pickup, you put it face down. Now you take an awl or something with it. I ground this down. You see, I made my point. Now you take this, and you set up a guide, wrap it a few times. You don't want to compromise the threads inside, so you don't push it hard. You're breaking it. You see, do a little spin of it. Now we'll take the pickup out. Hey, look at that. We got the holes where we want them. Now, gently. By the way, why is this thing in slow? That's better. Slow speed. And you wait. That's another one.
So, mission accomplished. We have the route done. It looks pretty good. It's going to fit all the pickups. And thank you, Uncle Phil.
No problem.
All right, so next thing is wiring, and you offered to help me, but I'm going to suffer it myself.
If there's ever you have a problem with it, I'll take care of it from there.
Thank you.
That's no biggie.
All right, so I've released or liberated the super switch here, and this is indeed a super switch with 5 poles for each section here. And here are the pickups snaked through, and here are, as you can see, I mounted the pickups to the pick guard, so we're all good to go there. There's a bunch of different ways to wire these. Here's the wiring I came up with, and I hope it works. Move this out of the way. So the wiring I came up with for this is that the commons are going to have the different pickups. So this common is going to have the white or the hot from the bridge pickup. This common is going to have from the middle pickup. Then moving down to this side, this is going to have the white from the white or the positive from the neck pickup, and this is going to have the black or the negative from the neck pickup. So this allows me to use certain positions here that are out of phase and mix them in. This is what I think is going to work. You just spend a bunch of time looking at this and willing it to be right. Here are my positions that I'm going for. I want bridge middle on where the bridge position usually is. I want bridge neck out of phase on 2. Middle position is going to be middle and neck in phase. Position 4 is going to be middle and neck out of phase. And position 5 is just going to be the neck. I just want to point out that I just spent like about half hour, 40 minutes cleaning this thing, getting all the old little wire pieces out, all the solder cleaned up. So now I have a clean slate to do my work here. Okay, just as I was about to start wiring this up, I decided to just take a quick glance over at this little piece of paper that came with the pickups. And here it says, I will point to it, that these pickups are meant to be wired in series. Most guitars are wired in parallel. So that was a son of a bitch, and I had to scrap that whole wiring diagram and start again. So this is the new wiring diagram in series. This is what I'm going for. I had to even run out to the store and buy some some colored pencils so I could see the different wire paths, because it's like a nightmare now. So basically the difference between series and parallel is, in parallel, what you can do is you can take, you know, multiple of the black wires or the negative wires and send them to the ground and forget about them. And then you could, you know, you basically put them together and they can meet at a common point and then go out wherever. Like a common point being, so for example, they can both meet at a terminal on a pickup selector and then go out to the tone and be on their merry way. When you wire them in series, they have to go into each other. So for example, if I want the bridge and middle to be in series, I have to go, let's say, I'll do it this way. I go from the tone control to the white, then I go from black to white here, and then from black out to the ground. That's how that works. So I think I got it now. I'm going to start wiring. When you run into problems, you call in the big guns. This is a big gun. This is Mark Rucci. He's a genius. He was my student, then he got smarter than me, so now I ask him questions. So, turns out what I wanted to do with the pickup selection cannot be done, because even though there are 4 banks, I really need 6 banks to do what we wanted.
Right.
So, I ended up having to do away with a position, and the position I had to do away with is the bridge and neck. No, I'm sorry, the middle and neck in phase, in series. It just couldn't work out, and that was the least used one out of all the positions, so we canned that, and we came up with this now. Now, I'm going to show you something. We have this one. We have these on the floor. We have these. We have
I got these.
we have a pile of these. I made photocopies of these, and this is like, I think Mark. Let's see. That's Mark. Mark 1. I think I threw out 3. So 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is the 12th one we've done, and I think this accomplishes it.
Wrote out.
Yeah, we wrote it out. This, in theory, it looks good. So let me show you what's going on. Okay, here is the diagram. So yeah. So for the commons, we're doing the ground is going to the common here, the tone is going to the common here. I'm going to do neck negative here, middle positive here, and there are some overlaps, but I've shut off the other half of the pickup, as you could see, where the overlaps would be a problem. So we're going to wire this up and see if it works. All right, we finally cracked the code.
Richie cracked it.
So, well, we did it together. Basically, you cross these out because these are no longer.
I'm about to cross those out.
Yeah. So basically, I wanted these positions. I had to get rid of this one, the middle neck, which is my least used one. So I sacrificed that and replaced it with just a bridge pickup. So this is what we're going on now. What Mark is doing is he's going to draw it nice and clean, and then we're going to wire based on this schematic.
Yes.
Thank you, Mark. We have we finally have the switch wired up internally. At least we have to still connect the pickup leads and the tone and volume over here. But this is all the jumps done, courtesy of Mark. Looking really good. And now let's put it in the guitar. So we are finished. Everything is wired up. And we just tested it. Everything is working. Mark is just throwing a little extra solder there on the
Just a little bit.
on the bare wires. So here, Mark, grab me.
Yeah, man.
So this is what it looks like for now, and so these are the positions we've come up with. I have to read them on here. So we have now I did this a little differently than I would a normal Strat because I wanted my go-to positions to be on the outsides. So here on the where the bridge pickup will be, I have bridge and middle in series. Here, where the middle one would be position 2, I have just the bridge. Here in the middle position, I have bridge and neck at a phase. Here in this position, position 4, I have just the neck. And here in position 5, I have middle and neck at a phase. So it's working. Now I'm going to string it up. Oh yeah. So here is the these two pickups in phase. Here are these two pickups out of phase. And here are these two pickups out of phase. Alright, thanks for following me on this journey. I gotta thank my Uncle Phil Castellano. I gotta thank my buddy Mark Rucci. And I gotta thank the folks at Dimarzio and the guys at Ernie Ball. And yeah, this was a very fun project. It's something I've been wanting to do for a very long time, and I can't believe it's done. It's so cool. I can't wait to use this on various things that probably don't need this guitar, but I'm going to use it anyway. So thanks, guys. Hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching this video. To see even more videos, make sure you subscribe to this channel. If you'd like to interact with me on social media, please follow my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. If you like podcasts, check out my show Band Geek on the Riotcast Network. For tour dates and even more info, go to richiecastellano.com. Now, here's a video I picked just for you. I think you'll like it. Go ahead, click it. It's good. Eh?